we patch Marq in for an intro, and he can tell us about how the revolution will not be circumcised.
I mean, we've been recording for 10 seconds. So I guess that's our intro
Guess
now.
what? Iceland outlawed circumcision, like I said. The revolution will not be circumcised.
The revolution will not be
We
circumcised.
are in with the skin and let the future begin, baby. We are in effect. I'm telling you, this
Mark's
is a
here if you
beautiful,
haven't picked up on that yet.
Welcome back to the party, Marq. We fucking missed you. No introduction needed on that one.
Hey, man. I've just been doing no saloon June, man. I've been laying back on my drinking and getting my focus back on. And sorry that I had to take that little hiatus from you guys, but
Sometimes you got to take a hiatus, man.
you got to take care of yourself, right?
We've all been there, you know. I think I was there one time after the Red Hen. I think that was when I thought I got roofied. It was because we showed up. It was like 10:30, and I had 2 whiskey cokes, and I woke up in bed.
Oof.
And I'm a big guy. I don't get highly intoxicated off of 2 whiskey cokes and wake up in bed all of a sudden.
Right.
But apparently I was drugged out of the bar by my mom, which is pretty hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of moms, we're just going to toss it over to Father's Day real quick. Give everybody a big, warm, happy Father's Day.
Well, I got a shout
Mark.
out to my mom because
There you go. I was gonna say-
Daddy ain't been there, right? You got that line in Walmart. That traffic is a bitch.
Just buy some cigarettes.
Oh, jeez.
I'll be right back. I just got to go buy some cigarettes.
Are we cracking these beers now or
I
what?
brought
Oh,
you
yeah,
a Toyota
so-
Corolla, son.
So Joe brought in some beer. Joe, how about you go ahead and talk about what you brought in?
Hold on. There we go. From Peddler Brewing Company out of Ballard, Seattle, Washington. We have the Summer Mullet Pilsner. It has 2 pictures of a man. One says business and has the front of a mullet, and the other says party and has the back of a mullet. I bought this specifically because of the name. I haven't tried it. Peddler is okay.
I'd actually rock a mullet if I had the chance to. The problem is my hair doesn't just grow. My hair doesn't grow like
It
that.
falls down eventually. My hair, I get like the German Jew fro going too, man. You having problems cracking that can over there, bud?
It
I mean,
smells
it's a-
like a homeless man's breath.
It's a Pilsner. It's a Pilsner.
Pilsner.
We can't always drink IPAs, though. There are other styles of beer in the world, boys.
Oh, I like this.
You would.
I like this a lot.
This feels like a Christian summer day in
It's
the backyard.
light.
Barbecuing.
It's not too bubbly. It doesn't have a bitter aftertaste. It just tastes like a beer. Mm-hmm. You know? A quick shout out to beer at Keystone Light for being the official beer of Christian
Of
from
Christian,
the Beefy Boys.
Keystone
It's
Light.
pretty drinkable, but I'm not a huge fan of the flavor. I feel like it's a little
Boring.
I mean, it's just
No,
beer. It
it's-
just
but no, but I like that. But I do like a just beer, like a standard beer. But it's kind of almost like flat, but not flat.
Like a little bit skunky.
Like like
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not so bubbly. What do you think, Mark?
Tastes like it was brewed at grocery outlet.
Mark, not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Mark's not a fan. I'm a fan. I like it. I enjoy it.
Uh,
I think it's good. I think if it's hot and you're hanging out and you feel like spending $9 on a 6-pack,
I think
guess
that
you
these
could go
just
for
aren't
this.
cold enough. I think that's my problem.
that's probably what it is.
You know, this would be fine. I could cope with it
If it was, if
cold.
it like the mountains were blue or whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
If your mountains are blue, I party with you.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I
If
sound
the
so
skin
congested.
is shriveled.
It sounds like I'm just eating my fucking mucus
Is it the
over
grass
here.
pollen? The grass pollen has been killing Ara the last few days.
No, I got some kind of weird bug that made me super sick over the week that I think Vito brought over on his Viking ship last weekend. Because Monday I started feeling sick and I was sick all fucking week. But I'm glad to be back up and running now.
I wasn't
So-
sick though. It was my fiance who was sick, and I just carried the bug apparently.
Oh, you're
Vito's just a
Typhoid
carrier.
Mary over
He's
there.
just a
huh?
delivery boy.
yeah.
So you should quit shooting the messenger then, Christian.
Wow.
It was meant to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh my
It
god, you
is.
guys remind me. So the last Wednesday we were staying at Ara's mom's, right? Ara's mom was out at the Grand Canyon in Utah, like Zion National Park. But they cut their trip early because it was super rainy. So they were gonna get back Wednesday. So I'm coming back from Bellevue. Okay, so well first things first. We realized we have to move out of the house on Wednesday. So we're like trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. Ara ends up calling out from work for unrelated reasons, but it was useful because she could just pack up the stuff and stuff. So I leave and I get all the way onto into the line to get on the Mountain Lake Bridge and realize I'm still wearing my slippers because I forgot to put on my fucking shoes.
Oh,
So I get out of line. I go all the way back to the house. I get my shoes. I get to work. After work, I'm like rushing home because like we want to get all the stuff packed up and moved out as soon as possible. And then it turns out Ara's mom and brother had like rushed home so they could beat traffic. So like they're trying to unpack their car as soon as I get there, and we're trying to bring all our shit in. I opened my bag and realized I left my laptop at work, so I have to go all the way back to Ballard, to Bellevue at 4 in the afternoon.
dude.
So
You poor son of
I get all the way over there, get my laptop, get all the way back. We're finally packing everything up, get home, and I realized I left my fucking phone charger at Ara's mom's house, so I had to go back across town again. And by the time I finally got all my shit and got to bed, it was like 9 p.m. after I got off work at 3.
Christ.
Lord have mercy.
That was a day. That was a cartoonishly awful day.
That fucking sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys
I
have
hate
any
days
stories
like
like
that.
that?
Brain in every location.
I
man.
know.
You had to recollect it
Right?
all.
Anything like that ever happened to you?
Like an unfortunate event after unfortunate
Series of
event.
unfortunate events, yes.
Yes. I've had a couple Lemony Snicket days in my time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was mainly back in like, for some reason, the year of like 2013 was just like a really bad fucking year of luck for me. Like everything that could happen that was wrong went wrong. I drove my car to work and I come out of work and 3 out of the 4 tires on my car are flat.
Oh.
And I had 1 can of Fix-A-Flat. And I had to get from U Village to Edmonds at 4:30 in the morning.
Ooh.
I was like, okay, that's not a good start. So then I get home, and I check my schedule, and I had to be back at work at noon. So I get back home at about 5 o'clock, had to be back at work at noon. 3 of my tires are flat, so I can't drive. So then I get to work, and they said it was a mistake. And that they didn't mean to put me on the schedule.
Oops.
And that I couldn't work.
That sucks.
So then I had to go back home in like mid-traffic. And mind you, traffic has been bad every day, 7 days out of the week, 365, you know. If it's leap year, it's however many fucking days in that year.
Shitty shit.
Yeah, 365 plus 1, buddy.
Plus 1. Yeah, there you go. Fucking leap year. I don't know that shit. Just because I'm Mexican doesn't mean I know the fucking Aztec calendar over here.
You guys predicted the world, man. What the hell?
Although because I am
fucking lie.
Mexican, I was voted most likely to get H1N1 when I was in 8th grade.
What? Wait.
And
That was a
because I'm-
superlative?
What's that?
Was that like an official sanctioned superlative? Like
It
were you
wasn't
in the
official, but
Notebook?
somebody in my class,
Oh,
somebody in my
man.
class, her parents found out that we were Mexicans, and her parents actually told her to stay away from us.
Damn.
To stay away from me mainly because I was, because me and my family have H1N1 because we're a bunch of Mexicans. I was like, hey, you know what? Swine flu's not all that bad. I'm like, I've
Just
had
the
it.
flu. I
I've
mean,
had it for my whole life. It ain't bad. I just carry it. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyway,
Callback.
So is that like the equivalent of AIDS for African people?
I don't think it's the equivalent of that.
They attribute some disease to every race, man.
Every race has got their disease.
Yeah.
What do we white people have?
Stupidity.
Oh.
No, I was gonna say
No, what it
that's a
is
disease.
is that white people are actually just aliens.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
some Alex Jones shit.
They dropped you in the Caucasus Mountains and you made your way down.
Yeah.
Hi,
but-
white people.
You know what? You know what? The white folks have gluten allergies.
Oh,
That don't exist. That's what it is. If you're gluten free, if you're gluten free and you don't know that it's not like an actual like real allergy, don't buy your food in your grocery store.
yeah.
Because I'm tired of answering questions. If you're gluten free, you should know what you can and can't eat. Don't ask me what you can and can't eat.
Yeah.
Are these mashed potatoes gluten free?
Does this have gluten in it? I don't fucking know. Does it look like I count gluten levels in our food? We fucking get it. We get it and we serve it. If you want it, you can have
Yeah,
it.
man, you got a
Is there peanuts?
microscope and an eyedropper. And
Is there peanuts in here?
I mean, that really is information you should know
I
as
always-
the deli lead.
I always thought it was funny when they asked if there was like shrimp in the potatoes. I'm like, what? It's mashed potatoes.
Yeah, but you guys like to put the wet dripping shrimp salads on the top shelf so they drip on everything else, man.
I don't know what you're
That
talking
shit's
about.
been driving me
I don't
crazy
know what
for
you're talking
years
about.
at that place. The
don't
one
know
that
what
would drive
you're
me
talking
crazy
about.
would be like, is there anything gluten-free here? Yeah, the mashed potatoes. Oh, no, I can't have potatoes. They have gluten in them. Like, no, bitch, they don't. You don't know what you're talking about.
Potatoes, dude.
Potatoes don't have gluten.
No.
No.
But
Only
they're, like,
wheat.
starch.
Only
I thought
wheat.
that, like,
Only
Literally
wheat.
only
Only
wheat.
It has to be wheat. Yes,
Okay.
wheat specifically.
Gluten
not
is
barley,
specifically
not any of those other things.
Nope. Wheat.
No,
Wheat.
just wheat. All right.
Soy sauce is the one that confuses people because there is gluten in it because it's made with wheat.
Yeah,
But they do have gluten-free soy sauce.
That's true.
that's interesting.
Anywhom,
Anywhom.
circle back to story time. Vito actually has a story.
Oh,
For this one.
well, it's good to see Vito chiming in. We missed you
The
we
rare
missed you the
occurrence.
last couple of times, buddy.
The rare occurrence when we're not talking about Black Ops or sports.
Well, yeah, I mean that was the problem. Is Lewis is only big on Call of Duty games, and he's big on the Seahawks. So it's like two things that unfortunately Vito has no say.
We
in.
got to get a guest in here who, when we ask them their favorite video game or sports moment, it will not be Call of Duty or the one specific Seahawks moment when they won the NFC Championship against
I think
the
Mark's favorite game was Tekken.
NFC. Yeah.
Tekken's my
Mark hasn't
all-time
been a new
favorite.
guest in months, though.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I'm just the old used up guest that just comes through every once in a while.
So what's
You're
your
old
story,
news,
Vito?
man.
Is it a
It's
lemony?
a work story.
Oh, work story. Oh boy.
Yeah. So I was at my last job, not this one. I was a lead, and I did my 10-hour closing shift.
Well, that sounds like a fucking.
That already sucked. And then I went home, played some video games, took a shower. No, didn't take a shower. And I was like right about to get to bed.
No, didn't take it.
No. I was about to go to bed when I get the phone call that the baker who works at midnight called in. So I hadn't gone to bed, or I woke up that day at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or something, and hadn't gone to sleep yet, and I had to go in at midnight, and it was like 11 o'clock or something.
Did they at least pay you like time and a half?
Yeah, they gave
Okay.
you time and a half. Well,
They gave you overtime.
only weekly though, only weekly time and a half. So I because I worked 40 hours, I got overtime.
Oh,
but
no, I meant specifically because there was an hour between your two shifts or whatever.
no, it was non-union.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And so I came in, did the baking, started getting the case ready, all that kind of shit. By the way, didn't know how to bake. Was not trained for it, so I just came in and did it.
All of our bagels are black today.
No, I mean, like,
sh-
so the lead, like, bakes throughout the day.
'Cause
but
they're
I
burnt,
didn't know
not
how to
because
open everything.
of racism.
Love how every white person got to make that clear. Just
Just
because
to
I
be
said
clear.
the word black, I didn't
Just
mean
to
you,
be
man.
clear, Mark.
My car's black, not just because of the race thing.
And the
They actually
jalapeno,
painted it
the
fire.
cheddar jalapeno bagel is not Mexican.
It's not Mexican.
It has jalapenos in it.
Although I will say this is Mexican blend Fiesta cheese is the shit, and Mexicans love that shit. Fiesta cheese, you know the big bag at like
Yeah.
the store that says like Mexican cheese,
I mean,
and people
it's
walk by it and they're
literally
like,
just
I can't
shredded
believe.
3 cheese.
Well, with
Yeah.
like chili powder in it.
And they're like, oh, I can't believe that they would say something like that. It's like, well, we love it, dude. It's fucking cheddar and mozzarella and
You know,
pepper jack.
you know when they say fancy, that's just like has to do with the size of the shred, right? It has nothing to do with how fancy the cheese is.
I like that shredded cheese. It's like sharp cheddar. That's like big flakes. You know, like Tillamook.
oh yeah,
That sharp cheddar stuff is rough, man.
And as a lactose intolerant myself, it really does wonders for my stomach.
I'm waiting to hear the end of Vito's story about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so
bagels.
I was in the middle of my story. So 10-hour shift, didn't sleep, went in midnight to bake. Didn't know how to bake, but I figured it out because I'm not dumb. And and then I get a call to the store, and the opener calls in sick.
Oh my god.
So I go from
No
a 10-hour
way.
close into baking, but without sleeping, into opening the store. And so I put on the coffee pots and all that, blah, blah, blah. Started getting the store ready to open while I'm baking bagels and sweets and shit. And then the coffees flooded all over the floor. Because last night they didn't empty out
what was left in there?
The crew member I was working with didn't empty it out and wash it, but they told me they did. And so there was still coffee left in the thing when I filled it, and so it overflowed and spilled all over the floor. So I had to clean that up and then open the store, and then so it's just a huge series of misfortunate events there.
That sounds like
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Didn't you tell me?
And I was scheduled that day to close. So.
Did you?
Yeah. So I
You have an intermission, and then you go home for a couple hours, and then you go back.
Because I was also the baker and the opener. So I was the baker, the opener, and the closer. So I was there from 10 hours the day before, didn't sleep, and then was there from midnight till 7 p.m.
Oh my god!
You should have got paid for 3 people. Dude.
You should have just left.
Damn.
You should have just turned the
You're
ovens
the
on
only
high.
one who works?
Yeah.
You should have just turned the ovens on high and threw a bag of flour in there and then just fucking left. Sorry, the baker burned the place down at night. And when I showed up, it was on fire.
View Village is on fire, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, that sounds terrible. Yeah. I worked a 13-hour at McDonald's once, and it was fucking horrid.
And that was, by the way, that was before the 6 months of shenanigans that actually made me quit.
That was just the start.
That was just the start.
It's the prequel.
It was the prequel, yeah.
You gotta love that. Yeah, man, I fucking worked at McDonald's. We had that coffee pot flow over situation all the time, mainly because we were 18 years old and half of us were fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we need to put more coffee on because breakfast time is coming up, and we were 24 hours there.
Yeah.
So we'd have to deal with all the frat guys at 2 or 3 in the morning, and we'd have a line out the door at 2:30 a.m. And there's only 3 of us in the kitchen. And
was that when Rod was working with you?
yeah, me and Rodrigo actually worked the same shift, and it was 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And so he and I would always go in, and we'd have to, and then the overnight crew would come in, but the overnight crew was 3 Mexican ladies who couldn't speak English, and then unfortunately, one night they all got detained in our McDonald's.
What?
Yes. ICE showed up?
ICE showed up and detained all of them.
Damn.
Wow.
And so they were gone, and so Rodrigo was in the freezer, thank God, because they would have taken his punk ass too. So he was in the freezer, probably cussing away, dealing with some shit, yelling like we all did, or farting, one or the other. You go into the McDonald's freezer and fart.
What?
That's great.
Because it's the only place that you can do it, man. That's
oh jeez,
golden hour. Hey, I gotta run down and grab some patties. You walk in there and just fucking light it up, dude.
Well, that reminds me why I never eat McDonald's, man.
Yeah,
the fact that
McDonald's
it doesn't go
shit.
bad is what
I got
creeps
Mexican's
me
ass
Yeah.
hair on my food.
Yeah,
out. I don't think they're letting their pants down.
we're not pulling our pants all the way down and farting.
Carrots.
And downstairs is a big storage area, so you could fart all downstairs. Because it's where you changed out the soda machines and you did all
Whatever.
that shit.
I used to fart on the line at the Met Mart. I didn't care.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. Fucking beefing it up there. But yeah, I mean, dude, McDonald's was some shit. We always overfilled the coffee, overfilled the ice cream machine. There's a reason why those fucking things are always broken. And a lot of the times, it's not broken. They just don't want to fill it because those bags are so sensitive. So you pick it up out of its box and it tears from the bottom. And you're cleaning up fucking wet ice cream on the ground. It is I'm telling you, it is one of the worst things you'll ever have to deal with. Surprisingly, I mean, working there, I was kind of scared because I didn't know how gross shit was actually going to be. But the place is actually really clean and it's really by the books. So you're not really dealing with shit that's you're not dealing with in any other food service. Mm-hmm. Nobody's being gross. Nobody's doing nasty shit to your food, and nobody's intentionally fucking with your food unless it's your buddies. Yeah. Then you do something like fucking throw 3 handfuls of onions in there and give it to your pal. Just tell him to fuck off. But we did a whole bunch of shit there. I loved working at McDonald's just because I was young and I was stupid, and I worked 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. so we could pretty much get away with anything we fucking wanted to. Our supervisor would fucking sleep on the job.
What?
And then he stole out of the register and got fired. But
Oh, well, that's how it goes.
that was like the big manager thing to do at McDonald's, was steal out of the register. And around the closing time when all the computers would go down, and we'd have to manually write everything. That was when the managers would...
We had a lead who would give customers deals.
Oh, shit.
And it'd be like $12 for a dozen, right? And they'd be like $10 cash. And they just take it.
Oh, shit.
So they'd be selling it at a discount for the customer if they had cash, because
they're pocketing the money.
Pocket the money, yeah.
Wow. I don't know how people think that they're ever going to get away with that.
Yeah.
You're going to get busted no matter what.
You get away with it.
If you
once or
work in a
twice,
place and you're stealing money out of the register, just give it back, because you're going to pay it back in the future when they catch you, because eventually they're going to fucking catch you.
Yep.
So don't fucking
I had
do
an
it.
assistant manager get fired because he was supposed to take the credit card slips and the money out of the safe to the bank, and he just never took it to the bank. He just kept it all.
Damn.
It's like, you really think we're not going to notice that? Hey, where's our thousands of dollar drop for today? Oh, it didn't come in. Well, I'm not going to say his name, was supposed to do it. So I guess you don't have a job anymore.
Damn, yeah.
Smooth criminal, huh?
Don't fuck around with companies' money, because that money is bigger than you, and
They'll
it always
get it
will
back.
be.
And the law is always on their side, man.
Yep.
If your job accidentally pays you an extra $1,000, just tell somebody right away, because they will come for it. They'll figure it out eventually. They always do. And then it's gonna suck when you get no paychecks for 2 weeks because they just took it all.
That happened to me.
It happened to me too.
That happened to me. I had
the opposite happen to me.
I had 80 hours of vacation, and they fucking paid me out in my vacation, and I got like a $2,700 paycheck. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "What is this? Where's all my vacation?" They were like, "Well, they paid you out. It's gonna be a good paycheck." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool, but now what?" "Oh, you're just gonna pay it back on the next few paychecks." I'm like, so I have to live off of this shit for a month? I'm like, is that what you're telling me? And they're like, yeah, but it's a good paycheck, man.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
that's fucked. This is fucked.
Oh my God.
I'm like, why don't you just take the money back now and give me a fucking paycheck next week and my vacation hours?
I had.
I don't want this.
I had my wage wrong for the first year that I worked at my first job. Then they let me calculate my own back pay.
Oh shit.
Oh, so they were underpaying you.
Yeah.
Hey, that happened to me too.
That happened at the Met Mart.
And so they gave me like $3,000. Wait,
Woo!
no, $5,000.
It happened at the Met Mart where they were miscalculating one of the weird bonuses you get. I forget which one it was. But, I mean, so one person I think got a couple $1,000s, but most people got less than $100. So it was like the lottery. All right, here's your check. I believe I got like $4 back. I'm like, oh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, moral of the story here is if you're a shithead and you're part of the shithead brigade,
The SHB.
don't steal from your company. 2, don't fuck with the registers. Those are the 2 rules that you need to know to not lose your job forever, and to be blacklisted from working in the same environment. So don't fuck around. Don't be a fucking idiot. And moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on
sure.
from being fucking idiots.
This week's podcast is brought to you by the Beefy Boys. Just 3 cool dudes hanging out, talking about sports, video games, music, and whatever else they feel like. Find them at their website, www.beefyboys.com. Also, where you find your other podcasts, iTunes, Podbean, YouTube, all the regulars. The Beefy Boys, the best show on planet Earth.
Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Jess.
And we're the Deerfoot Sisters. Sorry to interrupt, but we have some breaking news.
We wanted to let you know that right now you're actually only listening to the second best podcast on planet Earth.
That's right. If you want to check out the world's best podcast, search Deer Feet on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, all the regulars.
Dear Feet's a podcast featuring two sisters talking about life and all the kooky things it brings, like rhymes.
So when you're done listening to this episode, be sure to check out Dear Feet. Or you can just do it right now. Thanks!
God, my nose is so congested. Jesus. Feels like I fucking shoved a tampon up my both nostrils. It's just killing me. But anyway, this coffee's pretty good. You know, I'll give a shout out to where shout outs are due. Coffee machine. Mr. Coffee, 12 cups, does the deal right. Go buy one. It's like $20. So anyway, let's talk about E3, folks. I know you guys got plenty to say about E3.
Cyberpunk
Not really.
2077.
Yeah.
I know Vito's
This
big
is the most
nerding
boring
over there.
E3 in years because everyone has nothing to say because they can't talk about next gen yet. So like, we're working on stuff. Okay, bye. Thanks.
I mean, don't be a goof. There's a lot of cool
not.
games coming out.
There's only two things that were on my radar from E3, and that's Cyberpunk 2077 and Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
Somebody get this guy some power metal.
Final Fantasy VII. What do you think of that? Episode 1 entirely in Midgar, which is like 10% of the game. How many episodes is this thing going to be?
Well, I heard that they were only doing 2 parts.
But see, that doesn't make any sense. Because they said this part is only Midgar.
No, I heard that they were doing the first part was going to end when What's-Her-Face dies.
No, what they said at E3 that the part 1 is only Midgar.
Oh, well. Honestly, I'm probably not going to buy the game until it's full anyway.
Yeah. What if that takes years?
That sounds like more waiting.
Well,
for
we've
you,
already
bud.
waited more years.
The
I've
new
got
combat
15 and
system
14
looks
to play.
pretty cool.
So
Pretty slick. And
Yeah, it
16 if
doesn't-
they ever announce 16.
yeah. And then Shadowbringers, they had an actual launch trailer
Yeah.
for the expansion, which was amazing.
I'm excited for fucking Keanu Reeves.
In Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
What they're saying about that game can't be real. I don't believe it.
That game looks incredible. That game looks like
does.
so
I mean,
much
yeah,
fun.
it's The Witcher, but it's
It's made from the
Cyberpunk
same
future.
guys that made The Witcher, so
know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm believing what they're saying.
I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of that game.
Also,
I am too.
Witcher 3 on Switch. That's exciting. Or
Mark, I haven't
Switcher.
heard your voice in a while. I think you should. Well, I think when you go home today, I think you should look up Cyberpunk 2077 trailer. You're gonna shit your pants,
And yes, that is
Yes.
Keanu Reeves.
and it is Keanu Reeves.
So please break this down to me. What is this about? This Cyberpunk?
So it's
I
do
don't
you know what
anything about the
Cyberpunk
story.
is
No,
in general?
no,
The term?
no,
Okay, so do you know what steampunk is?
no.
Okay.
It's like where all
Is that
those
where they
like
wear the gold and the
they wear all
clocks
those
and
stupid
shit?
trinkets and
Yeah.
you know like
Are
metal
you
umbrellas
familiar
and shit.
with either Blade Runner or The Matrix?
Yes.
Yeah, the Matrix.
Okay, then now you know Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
So what? You just dress up in a bunch of trench coats and dodge bullets? Is that what it's
I mean, there's like cyborgs and cybernetic
it's
enhancements.
like cyborgs.
and-
I remember,
and like body modification using technology.
It's closer to Blade Runner. Than
I remember when those Matrix games came out for the PS2. That shit was
Which
fun.
one? Enter the Matrix?
Yep.
I like that game.
Those games were
it had
fun.
it had the cutscenes from the actual movie in there and like bonus scenes.
And like you could fly around shooting. It was like Max Payne, but for the for the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So you could slow down time and fucking dive and shoot 2 guns at once. You're like, ugh,
Oh, that's
I'm gonna come
what
in my
shot.
bunties.
Outside of that, though, I mean,
Dude,
yeah,
Max
E3's
Payne
been a
was like
snore,
the
man.
one of the best games of my
oh,
childhood.
Max Payne is OG, man.
Oh yeah,
It's-
I love that level where it's just a crying baby the whole time. That was great. Blood trails.
Oh, it was
Anybody?
Nightmare.
Anybody? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that. That mission sucked.
Yeah, it
Having
did.
to like walk on those like tiny little blood
and
lines.
there's the blood trails, the
fall
crying
off
baby
the
the
edge of the
whole
map.
time.
I love that your health was restored not by food, not by a
Those
medical kit, but by painkillers.
Pills. Yeah.
Yeah, because you had a drug problem, man. It was all.
And every
Oh,
time
I
you
got shot in the liver. Let me just take some painkillers.
every time you
I'll
would
get
take
rid
your
of that.
painkillers, you would hear them like crushing it. Like you'd hear them eating it.
Whatever. It's better than like Call of Duty where you're basically just Wolverine. He's like, just hide for 30 seconds. Okay, you get all your health back now. yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Max
either.
Payne had that like, it had the perfect amount of like difficulty towards the point where it's like, you know, it's easy to play, when you're getting your groove, but like you said, it's not health regeneration. You know, if you die at a checkpoint and you have no health, you're coming back with no fucking health.
Yeah, I always
and
say
it's
that.
frustrating. But
Yeah.
the game is really rewarding when you beat it because that game's storyline is fucking incredible.
Fantastic.
It is incredible. It's depressing. It's fun. It's old. You know, another game from Rockstar that we really got down with when we were kids. Another game that we probably shouldn't have played was Manhunt. You guys ever heard of that game?
Man,
Yes.
that was a good
The
game.
game was garbage.
That game was so much fun.
Game was
Oh my
garbage.
god!
It was
You put like
creepy,
It was
though.
Saw
it
before
was spooky.
Saw,
It was
man.
spooky.
Get out.
You
It was
play that shit
spooky.
at like 3:00 in the
Snore.
morning, dog. It's a little bit,
A little spooky.
little bit dark, man.
Like you got like all the different kinds of gangs. Like you got like the Mexican gangs. You got the skinheads. You got like the weirdos, like the loony. You go to the loony bin. It was a crazy game, but that game was really foul. I'll give it that. That game was really fucking foul. But we loved it.
Yeah, it was awful. I want to go back to E3 though. The new Avengers game looks absolutely awful.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
not
I
gonna
saw
be good.
somebody's comment. It said the great value Avengers, and I don't know if you guys know what great value
No.
is.
Oh yeah,
Walmart brand, the Walmart brand Avengers.
that's even lesser than Lowry's, man.
It looks bad.
that
game
trailer
looks
was
bad.
trash.
Did you see the 14 trailer?
No, for Shadowbringers? No.
Yeah.
I'm behind. I got my new laptop for work though, so I can transfer over all my work shit and start
sweaty.
playing again.
E3 makes me sweaty.
Nintendo Breath of the Wild 2. That looks exciting. Banjo and Kazooie in Smash. That's interesting, but
What?
yeah, Banjo Kazooie's in Smash now. Well, not yet.
No shit.
but in the
I
fall.
gotta get that.
Is Keanu Reeves eligible for Smash now?
I mean, yes, because he is in a video game,
and he's insanely popular.
and The Witcher 3 is going to be on Switch. Switcher 3 hashtag
Switcher 3.
Hashtag
So why
Switcher
not
3.
Cyberpunk? Porque no los dos. But
So you guys- I mean,
overall,
you guys
it's
know
just
it's
been
last
boring.
week. I got Game Pass,
Yeah.
so I've been playing a new game. And I told Vito this the other day at work. I said I'm never going to finish Red Dead 2 until people start trending Christian finished Red Dead 2. So if you want it to happen, folks, it's got to trend. So I'm playing Wolfenstein
Which one?
New Order. So it's
That's
the first one out of
one.
the
Okay,
reboots.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Those games are fun.
Oh,
the second one's
dude,
even
it's
crazier, man.
So
The second one's even
good. It is
crazier.
so good. And so I'm almost done with that one. I'm going to beat it, and then I have the second one downloaded. I can't wait to play it. And they just announced a new Wolfenstein.
Well, they didn't just announce it.
Well,
the
I mean, not just announced, but it was at
or what's
E3.
it called? Youngblood? Well, you play as BJ's two daughters, right?
Youngblood. No. That was a... I feel like that was an expansion.
That's the Old Blood.
Oh, Old Blood. Oh,
That's
okay,
the
okay.
werewolf expansion. Spoilers.
But okay, so yeah. So Wolfenstein, I'm going to finish that. I gave my review for State of Decay 2. I think I'm pretty much finished with that. I was like, if the game wasn't so fucking needy, I'd probably play it a little bit more, but it's very, very tedious and needy.
Well, that's the style.
I was like, I already have enough
More of a
depressed
PC game.
people in my life.
Basically, The Sims with zombies, like we said
Yeah.
last week.
I don't need to go into my virtual world and have a whole bunch of depressed, lazy bitches at camp saying, I'm depressed, man. Can you bring back some food? Why don't you go get it? I'm on permadeath here. All right?
Damn.
If I lose my character that I've grinded out hours on, that don't mean shit to those guys at camp. I don't care if you're depressed. Leave. I'll have a
Hell
sanctuary by my damn self. Anyway, moving on. Are you guys playing anything new?
Yeah, I've been playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's pretty good.
Those new Tomb Raider games look fun. I haven't gotten around
are
to playing
good.
them yet.
This one has less shooting boring paramilitary dudes, which was the most boring part, and more like tomb exploration and stuff. I was enjoying it. So it's like finally a game with a story that's not nonsense and is somewhat interesting.
She's gonna love Call of
Thanks.
Duty. She'll love Call of Duty.
Well, that was mostly a dig at all the Kingdom Hearts games I've been playing.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing. I bought 2 copies of this game and paid a grand total of $6. I've been playing NBA 2K19 on both PS4
Oh,
and
you
Switch.
too?
It was $3. You can't not do it at $3, man. Why have you been playing it?
Oh, no, I really can't stand 2K, man.
Why?
I'll be
It's the best sports game, hands down.
To me, basketball is dead, dude.
What are you talking
I can't
about?
Sit
It's
there
the
and
fastest
watch
growing sport.
basketball. I'm like the one
You're
black
crazy.
person in the world who just can't watch basketball.
Basketball's great because you're in and out in like 2 hours. It doesn't
Basketball,
take 4
you're just
hours like
sitting
a
there
fucking
like-
NFL game. The action never stops.
You're just looking back and forth, watching them
Yeah.
run and stuff like that. No,
That's
man.
you're just
I'm
describing
about ready
sports.
I'm about ready to take a nap when they start doing free throws, man.
Oh, that's not enough action for you?
Hey, you know what?
For
I don't
free
know
throws?
what it is. I just don't like basketball.
You're crazy.
Maybe it's just because everybody
NBA
watches
2K19 is
basketball
great.
and-
My character is 7'3" and weighs 290 pounds. He just turns around
Jesus.
and shoves his big ass into everybody. You
Oh,
can't
Lord.
stop him. He's like Shaq. He dunks on everybody. He's playing for the Raptors right now. We're 11-2,
Oh, right
going all the
on.
way.
And the Raptors
Did you just
won.
start that when the Raptors were winning?
Yes,
Is that-
I did. Well, no,
cheated.
no. I tried to negotiate a contract with the Warriors, and they didn't meet my demands. Neither did the Sixers or the Bucks. So then I landed on the Raptors.
Oh,
I
isn't
landed
that
on the
coincidental
Raptors.
that the Raptors just won? Shout out to those guys, by the way.
Kawhi Leonard, man.
Yeah.
You're
I'll
not.
give- I'll
Where's
give
your
them props. I just
patriotism,
don't
man? This is the first time Canada's ever won America's sport.
Yeah, huh?
The Canadians.
That's fun.
I turned
Well,
on
I'm
them
sure
when
they've
they started
swamped us
cheering
in
Kevin
NHL.
Durant's injury. All right. Fuck
Every
that.
fan base is gonna have those fucking douchebags that cheer injuries. No matter what anybody does, it's gonna happen.
It's
you
still
know?
fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Don't do that. Don't. cheer
Seahawks fans do
injuries.
it. 49ers fans do it. It happens. It sucks, but it happens. Especially LA Rams fans.
Oh, and since we're talking about basketball, did you see the big basketball news?
Oh, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis
Yes, sir.
traded to the Lakers
I
for
can't wait.
3 number 1 overall picks: Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart.
Yes, and the Ball family is
That's
not
crazy.
happy about it, but you know what? It's fucking hilarious.
Of course not.
Because fuck them. Vito, what's your take on Anthony Davis going to the Lakers?
Who's that?
We talked about this.
Right on,
We
Vito.
talked
I'm
about
with
this a
you.
few weeks ago.
The unibrow.
They call him the brow
the
because he
fucking
has a
brow.
unibrow.
This guy's got
Yeah.
the hardest unibrow of any. He's the only one that has the unibrow, except for maybe some of the European players.
He's one of the best players in the NBA, and now he's going to join LeBron, and they're now favorites to win the NBA title.
See, I've heard LeBron before.
Yes.
Yeah.
LeBron's,
I mean, LeBron is.
LeBron's
out of this
LeBron.
world.
He's best player in
Are you
the
going to go
sport.
see Space Jam 2 when it comes out? Starring LeBron?
What?
I am.
You didn't know about that?
Put Michael Jordan's old ass back in
Michael
there.
Jordan is too old, man.
He's too busy crying, dude.
Crying
wonder
over
what-
that estate that he can't sell.
I wonder what Michael Jordan. Like, if he played today, what would people think of him? Because apparently he was like a grade A shithead. Like,
Well, all those.
hyper competitive.
A lot
He
of
had
the-
a
I mean, there's-
serious gambling problem.
Oh, yeah. You got to be a little bit crazy to be that.
Think about all
great.
those old athletes back in the day who were shitheads.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Lawrence Taylor was a fucking good guy?
No, but he's
But
like
he's one of the
his
best.
legacy is gone now.
Come on, in the 80s,
His legacy's
all the
not
Dolphins
gone.
used
Yeah,
to
it
do
is.
blow,
It's not
man.
gone. It's still there. He's still.
Not the Giants fans are mixed about him now.
Well, Giants fans don't even. They're mixed about their own franchise. Look at yourself. You're a perfect example.
I'm not a Giants fan anymore. I've
Yeah,
quit
see?
them
So I'm talking about.
because they're a disaster.
I mean, I'm not a Giants fan, and Lawrence Taylor's been one of my favorite players forever.
Well,
I've read his book. I've seen all of his highlights. I've literally studied this guy and his riverboat house that he turned into a fucking crack den.
They used to hire prostitutes
shit.
to send to the opponents' hotels just so they would be sleepy the next day. That was the thing Lawrence Taylor
They actually
did.
carried a lot of those old tendencies into a football game called Blitz the League.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you remember that.
I do, and they couldn't get the NFL license because you could shoot up steroids and shit in that game.
You can shoot. Yeah, you get hurt in the game. You break all your toes.
They don't make them like that anymore, man.
No,
We
you
haven't
break
had,
all
like,
your
good,
toes,
like-
and then they give you a shot of steroids on the sideline. You're out for 2 plays.
we haven't
Broken
had a
ankle,
good,
out for 1 play. You're like,
arcade
oh.
sports game in a while. Like there was Mario sports games, but that's a different beast.
I love Blitz the League.
like
I
NBA
think those games are so
Jam
fun.
or
But Lawrence Taylor
FIFA
was in that
Street
shit,
and
too.
Yeah,
Lawrence Taylor was, the
with
head
their
guy in
fake
that.
teams or whatever, the fucking manatees or whatever.
And
they were.
the guy from the Raiders, Romanowski,
Oh,
he was in
another
there too. So 2 of the most dirty players.
Yeah, he
in
used to
NFL
call
history.
people the N-word on the field.
Two of the
Bill
like dirtiest
Romanowski.
players on the field ever, or in the
Fucking
dirtiest football game
Brian
ever.
Dawkins up in there, some John Lynch up in there, and it's all complete, man.
Then you've got players that are based off of other players, like Santana Moss is
Oh,
based off of, obviously.
But Santana Moss is a real person.
Or not Santana Moss. What's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. Not Santana Moss, shit. It was something Moss. But we all know who Moss is in the NFL league.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you excited for Hard Knocks with the Raiders?
Absolutely. I can't fucking wait.
With the Vegas Raiders?
It is going to be fun. It's still Oakland for now.
No, I thought they were done in Oakland.
No, they still got Oakland for one more year.
Oh. So
And then they go to
The
Vegas.
Warriors have played their last game in Oakland, and now the Raiders are going to leave Oakland, huh?
Where the fuck are the Warriors going?
San Francisco. They crossed the bay. They already built a new arena.
They already play in San Francisco.
No, they play in Oakland.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oracle
I was
is
like,
in Oakland.
I was like, wait, I thought they already
That was
are
their last
a
game.
San
That
Francisco
last game
team.
was their last game. No, they're Oakland.
Aren't they San Francisco? Aren't they aren't San Francisco Warriors?
Golden State.
Golden State, isn't that fucking San Francisco?
That's California.
Yeah, that really narrows it down. Golden State, like
like, I get that they're talking about California, but they're not the California team, because how many fucking California
No,
teams
but
are
they
there?
were the Golden State Warriors.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, well, that's like
Fuck
the
Golden
New
State.
England Patriots instead of the fucking
Yeah.
Gillette Patriots or whatever.
Massachusetts.
the Washington Wizards.
But they
Boston
play in
Patriots.
DC.
Yeah, but
Washington.
isn't Washington D.C. a state in itself?
No, it's a district.
It's a
different.
district.
Yeah. It's half in Maryland and half in Virginia.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
How you doing, Vito?
I guess.
So
Let's take that muzzle off your mouth, boy. Speak. Let's talk about some music, man. Let's talk about some fucking tunes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What are you guys listening to these days?
Man.
Oh,
Oh
my
yeah,
God,
that's
Mark.
a good one.
Go ahead and start telling. So, we mentioned to you guys this tale of so George Jones, this country singer, he's dead now, but he was like notorious for being outrageously fucked up all the time,
Yeah.
and like massive drinking problem, swollen feet, all that good shit, and he'd be so drunk when he'd record his records that they'd have to like piece together like 10-second samples of him singing and eventually patch it all into one song. So, Mark, why don't you take the helms on this one
Yeah.
and tell them about the Royal Unicorn, because this is fucking great.
Oh man, so we met the reincarnation of George Jones. Like, George Jones' spirit lives in this old bag of bones, dude, because this guy leaned up on the bar, can't stand up straight, he's breaking glasses. The bartender, who, by the way, this girl doesn't fuck around, man. I'm telling you, she's like a pit bull when it comes to that. Like, you don't want to be out of your element and have to deal with her, because she'll knock you out. She ends up, you gotta get the fuck out of here, bloody duddy duh. And he's pissed drunk, and before he leaves and walks out the door, he goes, maybe I don't have to kill her today. And walks out the door. And I'm like, maybe I sure hope he's not going to pop the trunk right now. So I see him walk off into the distance. He walks over by the little gas station right next to the unicorn. Comes back, piss stain. Big as day. Just a big, giant piss stain on the front of his pants.
And he's wearing like blue jeans.
Yeah, blue
like,
Wranglers,
and they're
man.
they're like kind of lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the clear outline of this guy pissed his whole pants.
Yeah.
Like his pants were just covered in piss. And right away, we were just dying. We're all laughing at him. He's falling on the ground. He can barely fucking walk. Bartender's yelling at him because he's trying to go back inside. Just a real hootenanny, and he's just got that ginormous piss stain. God, that was the funniest thing I'd seen in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody like full on piss themselves because they're drunk in my life.
And then,
Never, ever?
Never. Like, I've never seen somebody like
You didn't go to college, I guess.
actually piss themselves, And we do, I may not have gone to college, but we party like fucking college folks around here. And
I
I've
was
all,
gonna say, just hang out on the Ave, man.
it's like I've seen all my pals just, whip it and piss it, dude.
Yeah.
It's real quick.
Yeah.
Where's the spot, like, what's the shitty dance club? Because Fornos is gone, right? So where do all the sorority girls go to get way too drunk and then try and walk home anymore? I don't even know. It's been so long.
That's a good
Because you want to see somebody
question.
piss themselves.
It's pretty speckled, so to say. You know, there'll be a zone of town that's popping that time of night. You know,
I fucking hate the Ave. That place is
I'm
so
not
shitty.
a fan of that place anymore. Sometimes
I
it'll
used
be
to party
Ballard.
there all the
Sometimes,
time.
you know, out in Ballard, you go on that little
Oh,
row
that's
right there,
true.
and people just get
What's the name of that
smashed over
place?
there.
That like really broy bar by like board game shop. What the fuck? Is it? The Loft?
King's Hardware?
No.
The Shelter?
The Shelter.
Yeah.
Yes, that place. Ugh.
Or sometimes in Fremont, you know, you'll go to Fremont and there will be some stuff going
I
down.
guess it's all Capitol Hill now. I
Yeah,
suppose.
or Capitol Hill. You know, you really sometimes it's dead and sometimes it isn't.
Capitol Hill's never dead. I've
Yeah.
never seen
ever.
Capitol Hill
I
dead.
know.
You know, if you want to go and spend $60 on 3 drinks and wait 25 minutes to get them, go to Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
If you want to spend $8 on a Bud Light and wait 25 minutes to get it, go to Ballard.
Yeah.
Why are you getting Bud Lights at the bar?
I
That's
don't drink any fucking IPAs, man. I don't
You
drink
can
that
drink
shit.
other stuff. They make lagers that aren't Bud Light.
Yeah, but I'm a cheapskate.
Bud Light's not that cheap.
Well, it's $8. It's the
There's no
cheapest that they have on
PBR.
their
No way.
fucking...
PBR is always cheaper.
No, I don't drink PBR. That shit's just...
It's the hipster choice.
It's literally just piss. It's just piss. And you know, Vito says I drink a lot.
PBR.
They won a blue ribbon. It stands for Pabst Blue Ribbon. Or professional bull riding, depending on who you ask.
Yes, sir. PBR.
I'm sure they drink PBR
Tacoma
before
Dome.
they go and do the bull ride. You got to be on some redneck beer to want to fucking hop on the back of a bull.
Is
That's not
PBR
redneck beer, though.
That's like hipster neck
That's
beer,
like-
beer, man.
That's like
Hipster. It's
yeah,
hipster
you know,
beer.
like
It sure looks like redneck.
Joe. I
beer.
don't mean to
It's
point
got
this
those
out, but it's like
patriotic-ass
dudes
colors.
who wear ponytails and like
No.
Oh my
Dudes who wear
God.
ponytails.
listen
like,
to Mumfords and Sons and have an accordion. At
Shave
home.
their
Okay.
armpits.
I don't think of those beard hipsters as wearing ponytails, though. They wore like man buns and top knots and shit.
Not ponytails, man buns. Thank
Ponytails,
you.
ponytails and jorts and like.
I classify the same thing.
No, that's like your smelly Comic-Con nerds, man, who they don't drink, or if they do, they drink like Smirnoff Ice, man.
Oh,
Get out of here.
Oh,
Not
I got
ironically.
fucking iced yesterday. Pretty hard.
he was the most iced player of the game award yesterday.
There's a video
man.
of it somewhere.
Yeah, I
It was
caught
pretty
him.
impressive. What was it? 24 ounces?
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
that's a big boy.
Here, I'll tell you how I got him. So I'm wearing this rhinestone shirt, right? And I walk up, and he's like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "I love this." I was like, "Wait till you see what it says on the back." And I had stashed the bottle in the back of my pants. So he just couldn't see it. I was like, "Wait till you see what it says on the back." And I just did a jump twist. Boom.
I was
Had
so
to pull
fucking
that out.
mad.
Oh,
So
I
it had
see,
like his ass sweat on it and shit.
I just see the bottle
I
sticking
got a
out of his
fresh
pants.
ass.
I just see the bottle sticking out of his pants. I just see the red cap.
Yeah.
I'm like, you piece of shit. Like I
That
haven't
is a
seen
pretty
you.
epic one.
I haven't seen you in 2 months, and you hit me with a 24-ounce fucking Smirnoff. I mean,
That
next
is a pretty good one.
weekend at my birthday party, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a thing.
Oh, and his brother was absolutely, because I had pulled the prank on his brother too, you know, just to see if we could get him. He said that his heart dropped down to his bowels, man. He was sitting
He was
there,
scared.
he
I've
was
never seen my
spooked.
brother so scared in his life.
Yeah. I was like, just know, Jackie, I could have got you. Because he's the one you can't deceive. You really got to be crafty when you get Jackie.
He'll sniff through any disguise.
Yeah.
But you know what's insane was Jackie actually bought a bag of ice from the store, and he had a Smirnoff Ice. He had like a 20-pack of Smirnoff Ice that he just needed to divvy out for 4th of July. But everybody knows the easy tricks to the trade.
Yeah.
You know, dude, can you grab me a glass? And you open up the cabinet, and there's fucking an ice staring right at you. You know. So he knows that he can't get it. You know, people like Claude. He can't get Claude on an easy one like that. Claude has been iced the most out of any of us because he's easy to get. Well, grab me a fork really quick. Opens it up, and it's like, oh.
He's icier than Gucci Mane.
And it's because you know he's going to open up the wrong drawer, so you put it in the wrong drawer. And you're like, can you grab me a fork? And he opens up like a drawer that has like all the kitchen towels in it, but then there's just a nice old ice waiting for him. And so Jackie needed to be crafty. So he bought a bag of ice from the store. Like, cut the seam of the bag open just like a cunt hair, you know? And then he shoved the ice into the middle of the bag.
Oh.
And then he burnt the end of the bag shut.
Oh my god.
And he takes the cooler down to the water and puts the bag of ice on top of the cooler. And Claude goes, why don't you put the ice in the cooler, you idiot? And Jackie was like, sorry, man, I brought it down. I forgot. And Claude opens up the bag and dumps it, and the ice comes pouring out. And Claude's heart just dropped.
Oh, man.
And he was so bummed. And, you know, I'm telling you, he has been iced, I'm going to say probably around 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Easy,
and that's...
man. Claude has got too many times. I got Jackie too. Remember when I left that ice and it was sitting under your under the furniture cover?
It sat there all winter.
It sat there all winter.
It was
long.
a long burn. It was a slow burner.
Yep.
So
And
Mark put it there when we wintered the deck upstairs.
Yeah,
And-
I remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were here
I
for
was
that.
here.
yeah,
Fucking
he
terrific,
got
man.
that ice, man.
Yeah.
So you know what? I got the touch, man. I just hope I don't get caught.
It's coming.
Yeah, I know.
You're
I know.
you're fucked after what you did to me yesterday,
Oh,
pal.
am I?
Oh, I'm gonna get you so good.
Oh man, you better hope that you can catch the Mark slipping, man.
Oh, I will.
These chinky eyes see through a lot of shit, man.
I've
What?
got my new ways. I've got ways.
Oh,
Have you
dude.
guys heard of the hot tub one?
Yeah.
You guys
told
heard the
us.
hot tub?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. I can't believe my brother swallowed that down. That made me sick.
Ooh, nice
You
hot
put
ice.
it in the hot tub?
We put it in the hot tub when we showed up to Leavenworth last year,
Uh,
and we put it in
warm
there.
Ice.
Like right when we showed up, we put it in there, and then Jackie and all them showed up, and we watched like 3 people unclip the clips to the hot tub, and we're like, "Oh my god, this is gonna happen." Nobody opened it, so we forgot all about it. We go out and we come back at like 3 in the morning, and it was hot tub time. So Jackie unhinges it and opens it, and puts his foot in the hot tub, and steps right on top of it.
Yes.
And it was in there. It was in there for 10 hours.
Oh my god.
Nice boiling hot.
108
A
degrees.
warm Smirnoff ice.
Yep,
man.
108 degrees, 10 hours.
Delicious.
Holy cow. They should make a flavor of Lay's chips like that.
And then we put
Warm
and then,
Smirnoff ice.
and then in a hot
Nothing
tub
like a
that
hot
hit,
Sprite.
in a hot tub that fits probably like 4 regular sized humans, we fit 11 dudes in there.
Wow.
How much water was left when you got out?
Almost nothing. But
Second
God, it
time.
was a blast.
Oh,
There ain't nothing more bro-y than getting into the hot tub with all your pals, huh?
Yeah.
Good Lord. It was like
Sausage circle.
it was like
sausage
chicken
stew.
stock. It's like we were
No.
making fucking prune juice.
Gross. You see like the skin bubbles floating at the top, man. Oh god.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
Classy.
I think I'm gonna say this real quick. You know, since we're on the 2 for 2 with the revolution will not be circumcised here with Mark. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little small break for you folks. We're gonna get a cup of coffee here, and we'll continue it on the next episode, folks.
Yes, sir.
But Mark has a 2-parter, folks, so don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
Well, just hang out for the next 4
Hang out
days.
for the next week because he's coming out on Monday and Thursday. Not this Monday, but you know,
Or maybe 2 Mondays in a row. We'll see.
who fucking knows? And then
Our
we get
schedule is a mystery.
our schedule is turning into a mystery, but we love it.
All right.
So we're gonna take a break, folks, and I gotta unsweat myself. So anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. It's beautiful out there. Happy Father's Day to all the pairs, and shout out to all the pairs.
Pears.
Pears?
Pears.
Shout out to pairs.
Like parents? Is that what we're gonna do? All right.
All right.